Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another day of me trying to make sure that I'm centered in my view. Anyway, though, it is another wonderful day. I'm looking down because I have a very active little guy on my lap. Little dust mop here. He is super active. Not always at this time, but right now he is super active, and he's been super active the past couple days. And he was up on his little house staring at me because I'm moving around and making noise. And so I am bringing out little dust mops so that you can see him because he is a cutie. He has a very active anti-camera gyroscope, as you can tell. And he's a sweetheart. Little Gojira is asleep in somewhere. She's in her nest. She has 3, so she's doing well. Little Saber is unfortunately suffering from pyometra. I do not know how long she will still be with us, but life is life. It's not much longer. Her abdomen is so swollen she cannot adequately clean her nether regions. She has areas here underneath on her neck and chin that she can no longer properly groom. So it's not much longer. But she's still alive, and not Thigmo's already gone. Little Dr. Snurf is still running around. Hopefully the coconut oil for his back will show up soon. So that's the way that goes. Now, real quick, after the Shelton, I got some things I want to say, and so hopefully I'm not going to forget them. They're not important things, they're just things. But the daily Shelton, Washington weather, plague, rat, and spider report. On the weather, I actually stepped outside this morning, and it's going to be a very, very hot day. No clouds, so even though you can't really see any sunlight from this position looking outside, it's very bright outside. Thumbs up, so it's going to be hot. Plague rat report. Well, I went walkies and I wore my mask in the earlier part of the day, not in the later part. It was around, golly, what? I can't even remember what time, probably around 3 or 4 o'clock. I went out, so got stuff done. Yeah, it was around 4 o'clock because I did go to the post office. That's one of the stories I have to tell. And on spider report, I don't know. I mean, they're here. Spiders are here. They're everywhere. You know, we have spiders that have been evolved to live now only in our houses. There are house spiders. So if you find a spider inside and you put it outside, likely you're killing it because it's not evolved to live outside anymore. They are house spiders. They only live in and around human stuff. So, thumbs up. But I had mentioned yesterday, I think it was, how Kathy Kitscat had sent me something. She had a delivery notice from the people that delivered it saying it was delivered. But at my post office, nothing in my post office box saying it had showed up. Normally they put a little thing in there, a slip. So I went down there yesterday and I asked them. I said, hey, somebody sent something, and they said, well, what's your post office box number? I went back there, and then they came back with the box. It had been delivered on the 14th and put back there on the shelf for me to pick up. They didn't tell me it was there to be picked up, but it was waiting. And eventually it would have been sent back because I hadn't picked it up because they hadn't told me it was there. Now, this is the second time that I know of that they've done this. So if anybody out there has ever ordered or sent me anything and it came back or you got a notice saying it was rejected, it wasn't me. It was the post office not letting me know it was there to be picked up. This is why I say the post office in Shelton, Washington takes frequent meth breaks, because they do stuff like this all the time. Yay. But what was sent, and this is USB powered, and of course nobody puts a little USB power plug-in anymore, they just give you the cords. I don't even know where you get the plug-in things. I have very few of those, and it's irritating, and nobody puts them in boxes anymore. So it came with a USB cable. Now I gotta find the little USB plug-in thing somewhere. But this is a very nice little, I haven't had a chance to try it out yet because of everything that happened, but you fill it with water. And then there's these things inside, little veins, and not veins as in, blood, but veins as in V-A-N-E-S. But they fill with water, and then the fan blows air past the water-filled things, and it blows because the condensation and all of that, and cools you off that way. Very cool. I'm very eager to try this out. Thank you so very, very much. And it's got not only a great big old power button on the top, there's an intensity of the fan, and it has like 8 or 9 different colors you can set it to by clicking this as well. So thumbs up, and thank you very, very much. I'm very eager to try this out, especially I'm going to set something up, and it's going to be used for when I'm sleeping, primarily. Because here, in this room, even when it's hot, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm okay. I don't mind not falling asleep. I will fall asleep from the heat in here, but when I'm lying down and trying to sleep, oh, the heat is murder. I can't sleep with it. So thank you very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Now, here's the gross story that actually isn't gross. At first, I thought it was gross, but then doing further research, while it actually is gross, is not anywhere near as gross as originally thought. Yesterday, after doing all my work, I looked down on my little desktop. Now, when I say desktop, I just mean the top of the hamster lid on little Saber's bin home here. Because there's the hamster lid, I put stuff on top of them. Little dust mop has his cage here, home. On top of the lid, I put stuff. Yesterday, I had noticed that there was like a little maggot crawling around on top of the lid. And I'm like, what? What? So I start looking around more, and I find 2 others right up here. So that I go, this is gross. So I start cleaning up the top of the lid, and I find 2 others. So there were a total of 5 maggots up there, and I'm trying to figure out where the hell they come from. Because I'm a slob, but I'm not a pig. When I eat food on plates, I take the plates back downstairs when I'm done. If I eat stuff that's not in plates, any detritus, when it's finished, it goes into a trash bag. I don't have stuff lying out and about for maggots to be in. So I was figuring, what on earth, why? Ew, ew. But then, as time went on, I recalled, and I only have this little bit here, that I had a whole bunch of Milk-Bone dog biscuits for the hamsters on the lid. And I noticed that there were some hollow spots on the inside of the Milk-Bone biscuit. And I started thinking and remembering one of the things that pirates had to deal with when they went on their ship voyages was they had to take their biscuits and bang their biscuits on their tables to get the boll weevils out of them, to get the boll weevil larvae out of them, to get the boll weevils out. And I went, I bet those aren't maggots. Those are probably boll weevils growing in the dog biscuits. And so I looked it up. There are websites, there are videos, articles, all documenting the larvae you find in Milk-Bone dog biscuits. Now, it's not bad. It's just more protein for your pet. But they're primarily boll weevils, like rice boll weevils and such like that. There's even moth mealworms. So I didn't find maggots, I had boll weevil larvae from the milk bone biscuits crawling around on the lid of my hamster cage. Still gross, but at least now I know where they came from. It wasn't non-existent food. It wasn't abiogenesis, just life spontaneously springing up from non-organic things. It was larvae from the dog biscuits. Again, gross from a human standpoint. Gross from a Western nation human standpoint. I have another fly, because again, windows open. And I have cat food and a cat box behind me. So guess what? But it was good to find out. It was nice to be able to put the pieces together subconsciously to figure it out and go, aha, and then have it backed up to go, yes, that was the answer. Now, Russian timing, of course, I talk with him on Facebook, so he feeds milk bones to his dogs a lot. And again, it's just extra protein. And after all, 80% of the world's human population eats insects on purpose in their diet. It's not bad for you. And I'm grossed out as a Western nation citizen over this. I still remember seeing a video when it was dinner time, and I can't remember where this was, but they just gave the kids nets because there were clouds of gnats everywhere. There's bugs everywhere. And so the kids just ran through the clouds of gnats and bugs with their nets, brought them back to the adults. The adults took the squirming masses of bugs out of the nets and then just mashed them. And then took the mashed up bug things, took the patties, and just cooked them. Well, not obviously this way. I mean, you don't flip it over and have it, independently turned separately. But, point being, they would flip them, and then everybody had these black bug burgers gathered from the air. So, it's gross if you're not used to it. But there's huge portions of the world that find it gross and vile and stomach-turning that we eat beef and other such like that. So it's all just cultural relativism. Here, now let me see real quick. Okay, so I've got that. Oh boy, there's not a whole lot of time, but there's one real thing. There was a tweet that showed a graph of millennials, the age group, where it's like the only age group where things are spiking, and they were saying in the tweet, hey, millennials and Gen Xers, you have to do better. This guy did an epic rant about this, where it's like he said, okay, I'm going to have to tell it as a joke because it's so awful. And so what he does is he says, like, there's this comedian. He goes into an agent's office and he starts telling a joke. And he tells the joke, and it's our world. The horrible stuff happening in our world. And how people that are the millennials and Gen Xers that are dying of COVID, Kofefe, are the ones that are being forced to because of the world that we're living in now. It's like, don't shame these people for dying. You're the one that's forcing them out there. And he was pissed. And at the end, he just topped it off as just saying, and it's like, this is terrible. What do you call this act? And I was like, haha, the aristocrats. If you've ever heard the joke, the aristocrats, and knowing what it is, putting the equivalent of the United States as that incestuous, scatological, horrific joke, and have it work just as well is bad. But we do have, now secret shadow police disappearing people off to undisclosed locations in Portland. Unmarked vehicles, unmarked soldiers. Yay! So past that though, that's actually everything on my list. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, I'm just thanking you for having left one. It is appreciated to know, and thumbs up and thank you. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count in American Sign Language with my depression, fibro, ADHD, and more, I'm lucky I can remember even what all the conditions are and how to tell you about them. Thumbs up for that. Let me call it my Chrome. We have YN, thumbs up and thank you. Legion of Wrestling, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Brutish Wing 2.0, I'm very sorry. Northeastern Car Mods, thank you. Yogeshwaran, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments, and thank you. Marianne Goldweber, well, thank you. Aaron S, greatly appreciated, and good to hear things are getting better. Tom44, thumbs up and thank you. Perfect Tragedy, and thank you very, very much for watching. It is appreciated to know. And Peeper McBeeper, yeah, I even talk about that. I'm cheating. I'm sorry. I can read some of these things accidentally with my peripheral vision, and so I comment when I say I'm not. I'm sorry, but thank you. The Sane One, greatly appreciated. Fergst, FRGST, greatly appreciated. Henry Giovanetto, thank you very much, and good to see you in the comments. Thank you very much. Ruben Gonzalez, thank you very, very much. And Russian Timing, good to see you in the comments. Comet Gray, with an exclamation point, greatly appreciated. And I'm attempting to get there. Colin Reisner, good to see you in the comments. And Jenna, there we are, 20. Thank you very, very much. JJ Studios, World War II, Brick Films, thumbs up and thank you. We have Mawell with an exclamation point, thumbs up. Zadalphus, thank you very, very much. Michael S, greatly appreciated, and I hope to tell some stories in the future. And Scott 49140, thank you all so very, very much. Oh, my arm is so tired. It's largely healed from my fall, like almost, what, a year ago? 2 years ago now? Where I tore my rotator cuff, and boy, it's mostly healed. It's still, mostly it just burns now if I keep it up instead of being an actual pain like it used to be. Anyway though, thank you all so very, very much. It is greatly, greatly appreciated getting out of my head into the world and dealing with real people, and that is a definite thumbs up. If you could check out my various links down below. I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign, as a few people have of late, thank you all so very, very much. That would be very cool. And if you could become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. Definitely. Now, if you'd like to help me out, but you don't want to send money to one of those two places, I have a PayPal link down below. If you could check that out, that would be very cool. And if you want to help me out without sending money, I have an Amazon wish list link as well, with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very cool. Ooh, getting short of breath. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. A definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely another thumbs up. How many thumbs up are there? Well, there's an infinite amount. Thumbs up on that. Well, I have this video here today. I think I have to record, edit, and render something, so it's going to be a busy day. It's probably going to be a hot one, as stated, so thumbs up on that. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, my friend. Don't be freaked out if you find bugs in your milk bones. Oh, excuse me. I'm belching, so there went my momentum. It's a-okay. So, practice self-care. Practice your social distancing. Watch out for the cops. Especially if you're in the USA, watch out now for the secret cops that can whisk you away in an unmarked vehicle to an undisclosed location without giving anybody any reason at all. Welcome to the tin pot dictatorship. Take care, and I will see you, my friend.